Alrighty. What I should say, no mercy on sensitive people's ears, and just for starters, and don't be scared. Don't fear me, I'm not gonna give you something relentless tonight. Probably I won't be cursing too much, or I won't be cursing at all, depending on the context that I'm having in mind, that I will have in my video shoots of tonight, or my video shoot in my video shoot of tonight, say. And I try to kind of like blend sounds together. That as soon as I follow this, please kind of understand what I'm kind of trying to pitch here for doing my American. And you know, I may being slow. Who cares about being slow? Everyone cares about being fast, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So do I. So no can do if something goes wrong, don't be just relentless to me, or be relentless. I don't care either way. So I care if you're a Native American. That's you're allowed to give your regard, especially if you're just whatever fluent and you're in my adorable American, because I cannot imagine myself without my American. And if you can, then I applaud you for your tolerating other languages. I tolerate those, but the most precious thing to me that burns inside is my American. And yeah, no can do. I have to practice it. So not to say that I have to, that I'm just this burning desire, ingrained feature of mine that I always had in my whatever, in my backbone, if you will, if you like to put it that way. I wouldn't be minding that calling that name, and whatever happens, I'll be good with any just side opinions being given by you, being like my subscriber or not my subscriber, depending on the kinds of audiences that you may belong to. I'll be regarding your regards. I'll be regarding your regards separately. We've got it. As these day introductory fluff and shit out of the way. Let's do the American itself. And just I don't want to say something stupid, but I do say something stupid, and in each of my wishes here as I'm making it, I'm all being stupid. And not only tonight, but on the whole, I tend to kind of disregard grammar rules. And if you relate with what I'm saying, it's like next stage when I kind of was very obedient guy about following all those grammar rules, but now like I'm expanding like bigger than that scale than I was previously. I'm like bold, like I'm being larger than I was previously, and I feel like I don't belong in a particular grammar rule destination. It's all my American that I've mastered, and I have to, and I say that I have to, that I can, and I'm allowed to use it wherever instance I wanted to use it. And as I'm using it right now, for example, I'm not so eloquent as I could be. Maybe I eloquent to a certain extent, and it's just my world, no can do. So guys, I tell you what, we're violating a lot of rules. We are nevertheless moving forward with our video shoot of tonight. And guess what? Probably in the absence of topics, and I actually passed pretty tricky way of today's day, and I was solving some errands. No, I haven't solved them yet. Maybe like 70%. I figured that the reasons out why that stuff didn't work, excuse me, the way that I wanted it to work. And tomorrow morning, if I will live for that long, I'll be doing some other activities that will allow me to solve that, or I guess I will solve that problem thoroughly. I believe I will. So anyways, so we have to, let's say that we have to, I don't mind about calling it we have to, or I may, or whatever I like, or I wouldn't want, or whatever fucking do I say. You agree? I hope you agree on that. If you're still there, if you've been following me for this fucking long, I toleratedly applaud you. Toleratedly, if that exists, I don't know. I don't care either way. So let's get going with our video shoot of tonight. And as soon as I have a sip of my adorable water here, we'll be moving forward with our lead stuff of tonight. We'll never guess what that will be. I'll show you though. Alrighty, been listening to me? Nope? Okay, I'm good with any things being out there. What do we have? This is the lighter for my kitchen stove. It's previously this item served for lighting my cigarettes when I smoked. I quit smoking. I believe I quit, and it's like I was the still is the present for my birthday that occurred in the year 2007. I was given this, I was gifted this, and I was presented. I've been presented this pretty just what do we have? It looks like ordinary old-fashioned gun. It doesn't have any rounds in it. Don't be fearful about that. It doesn't have any of those. It has old-fashioned kind of style. It's I never liked actually old-fashioned guns, but this one makes something special to me because it's a pretty sophisticated shape, and it's like all in like stripes, being like darker grayish, darker brownish, I should say, excuse me, and lighter brownish, or turning into darker reddish spots, not spots, but stripes on the body of the on the body of the handle of the whole body of this item, and it has trigger, it has two cocks, it has two barrels. Actually, the muzzle is only one, and it's for lighting cigarettes, but now it's yours for lighting my kitchen stove. And what else? It has this thing being here, like it's for better cooling the barrel when it shoots. It's like being derived from that original gun that served for so many years for some militants or whatever. I don't care about those histories, but this part is real. It really served for cooling the barrel down while it's shooting rounds. So bullets, I should say, not rounds, bullets. And the downside, the rear part has kind of like a hole, a small hole in it for putting liquid gas into this item to operate properly, because it's operated by natural, it's operating using the power of natural gas, and there's some sparkle making unit that sits, I believe it sits right here on the upper side of this barrel, like flanking to the outer side of this muzzle hole. And what else? It has those dented areas for decoration purposes. This one on this side, and the other one on the opposite side. I'm pointing out with my finger right now. Dented sides for like better grip while you're shooting. I don't shoot it. I just use it for whatever. I told you what I use it for, right? So the trigger, the actually restraining, like kind of restrain the source for not letting some random items to tap into the zone of operation of this trigger, and not to hinder the process of squeezing it while you're making shots. And this like metal or oval shaped rod is banded, and it's for not letting some whatever some objects to prevent, not letting those objects to prevent you from shooting while you're squeezing this trigger. That's what it serves for. And these like restraint, metal restraint, let's call this one. I'll check when I'm done with my ready shooter tonight. So the sides has metal rod horizontally oriented, two metal rods that pierce the whole item and makes the axes for the front part of the front part of the rear of the rear side, front part of the rear side of the muzzle zone of this gun, and it serves for some purpose. I don't know why this metal rod is here. It fixes the metal tiny, like kind of square shaped areas for those cocks to hit the zones, being metal made, that all these structure holds on using this axle that pierces the whole body of this gun with means of simple metal rod being just screwed from both sides with some kind of tiny screws with screw threads on them. And what else? It has some number on the side of this rear muzzle part of this gun, and this number says what it says. It says 1 something clear 01. I can't believe I got 101 gun at my place. It's a pretty happy sign, isn't it? So what else? It's kind of cool thing. It's cool to touch it. It's cool to wield it, and it's cool to weaver this item, and it's cool actually to use it for its primarily purpose, be primarily using this item for this primary purpose, being a lighter for whatever, cigarettes if you smoke. I don't, thanks God. And for lighting your kitchen stove, as I do. And it's actually it's interesting stuff that happens in your mind. I wanted to buy stove lighter like some store shop, and I passed a lot of shops looking for that item, and you see, I kind of discovered this item being already home, not needed to be not needed to be bought, because I have it already, right? And yes, always check what you have by hand before you buy something new for it, and you always notice the things that lay and sit just right beside you and making no noise. That's because you do not notice them, but they are there. They could be there. Just have a look around you, and whatever you'll be looking for, just to peruse your closest area first before you go to shop, and maybe you will discover something interesting. Living happy life beside you, as I discovered this my item, and what I can say, nothing. Literally, I'm happy with it. So no can do. I made a lot of mistakes. It's not the best speaking way that I had in a while. So bear, and I don't care if something went wrong. I'm losing my voice. I'm talking too much. So America never dies. Practice. Bye. Thanks for being with me.